Rowan Atkinson, the master of silent comedy, carried a secret burden for years. As a child, he faced a severe stutter, making even simple conversations difficult. Some classmates cruelly called him an alien. This deep insecurity, surprisingly, became his genius. His stutter vanished completely only when he performed. Beyond this, he's admitted he doesn't even like playing Mr. Bean. Now at 70, the physical demands of his iconic slapstick also take a heavy toll. He has confessed that even simple physical scenes leave him completely exhausted. Born in 1955 in County Durham, England, Rowan Atkinson's early life was marked by a profound shyness. He was an introspective child who often kept to himself, finding sociability difficult. What he lacked in outward confidence, he made up for with an incredible knack for observation. He loved science and machines, showing a sharp analytical mind from a young age. This academic talent led him to Newcastle University, where he studied electrical engineering, earning a bachelor's degree. Later, he went to Oxford University to pursue his master's in the same field. It was during his time at university that a different kind of precision started to emerge. Despite his technical pursuits, Rowan found himself drawn to the stage. He began performing in university theatrical groups, and people quickly noticed how funny his expressions were. His natural stammer meant he struggled to speak comfortably in public. Therefore, his comedic style naturally built itself around precise physicality and exaggerated facial expressions, needing minimal dialogue. This methodical thinking, born from a quiet genius and an engineer's eye for detail, was slowly building the foundation for a comedic empire that would one day speak to the world without saying a word. Rowan Atkinson, a man known for his thoughtful silence, built the character of Mr. Bean from a very personal place. He understood silence deeply because he had always struggled with a debilitating stutter when he tried to speak. This made him shy. Therefore, he learned to communicate without words, turning silence into his most powerful tool. This background directly shaped Mr. Bean's unforgettable style. Mr. Bean became a timeless clown, full of childlike wonder and curiosity. He moved through the world trying to solve everyday problems with his own unusual wit. He rarely spoke, but somehow he managed to say everything that needed to be said through his exaggerated movements and facial expressions. This physical comedy needed intense precision. Every shrug, every bewildered stare, and every clumsy stumble was carefully planned. The character, with his stuffed bear Teddy and classic minicar, quickly became an iconic British comedy from the 1990s, captivating millions worldwide. The meticulous work behind Mr. Bean made him incredibly famous. However, this global success brought its own hidden cost. Rowan Atkinson himself often felt that the applause was not for him, but for the mask he wore. He worried people loved the character, not the man behind it. Mr. Bean became bigger than the creator, and Rowan sometimes felt overshadowed by his own brilliant creation. While Mr. Bean made him a global icon, Rowan Atkinson proved he was much more than silent comedy. He moved beyond simple physical gags to explore a wider range of characters, showing a different side of his talent. One of his most famous shifts was playing Edmund Blackadder in the BBC sitcom series, which ran from 1983 to 1989. Each Blackadder series was set in a different historical period, ranging from medieval times to World War I. Atkinson's character in Blackadder was an anti-hero, witty, sarcastic, and often scheming, a stark contrast to the childlike Mr. Bean. He brought a sharp, verbal humor to the role, working alongside actors like Tony Robinson, Stephen Fry, and Hugh Laurie. This showcased his ability to deliver complex dialogue and clever insults, which was a completely different skill set from Mr. Bean's silent antics. Later, Atkinson took on the part of Johnny English, a clumsy but good-hearted MI7 secret agent, in a film series that began in 2003. These movies parodied the James Bond films, letting Atkinson blend slapstick humor with sharp satire, all while playing a character who could speak and interact extensively. Johnny English allowed him to use some of the physical comedy fans loved, but with an added layer of an overconfident, incompetent spy. These roles cemented his reputation for versatility, proving that his talents reached far beyond just making people laugh without uttering a word. He continuously sought to diversify his acting, going from physical comedy to sharp wit, and even taking on serious roles later in his career. Beyond the roles of Blackadder or Johnny English, a deeply personal struggle brewed within Rowan Atkinson. He was by nature a profoundly private and introverted person, a quiet soul. This quietness was rooted in his childhood, where he faced a severe speech impediment, a stutter that made speaking comfortably in public a real challenge. Imagine having a hard time simply talking, then becoming famous for a character who rarely speaks, relying entirely on expressions and body language. Mr. Bean's almost silent nature was, in part, a clever way around Rowan's stammer. The public loved Mr. Bean, a character whose awkwardness and childlike curiosity felt universal to audiences in over 190 countries. But for the man playing him, this global treasure became a heavy burden. Rowan Atkinson revealed in a podcast that despite its success, he doesn't actually like playing Mr. Bean. The character, while allowing him to communicate joy without a single word, also shaped his life more than he ever expected. He understood Mr. Bean's appeal, but even he did not foresee how powerful the character would become. The immense pressure of always being Mr. Bean meant constantly living up to this silent, clumsy icon. He knew Mr. Bean would always be the character people remembered him for, even with all his other work. This constant expectation created a private battle for a man who yearned for a life away from the spotlight. He deliberately kept the number of Mr. Bean episodes low, wanting the character to remain a rare, special treat, not something that became boring or repetitive. This decision highlights his personal fight to maintain artistic control and protect his own peace. The relentless demand for more of Mr. Bean, while a testament to his genius, created a deep personal struggle for the private man behind the rubbery face.
It wasn't just the pressures of fame that weighed on Rowan Atkinson. Life threw unexpected challenges his way, forcing him to face private battles that eventually spilled into the public eye. One terrifying incident happened in 2001. Rowan was flying in his private plane with his then-wife Sunetra Sastry and their 2 children. Suddenly, the pilot passed out in the middle of the flight. The plane started to lose control. With incredible quick thinking, Rowan grabbed the controls. He managed to keep the aircraft steady for 20 long minutes until the pilot woke up. This quick action saved his entire family. It was a moment where his usual calm demeanor gave way to a fight for survival, far more serious than any on-screen stunt. But the personal difficulties didn't stop there. Later, Rowan and Sunetra divorced. This was a painful time, marking the end of a long marriage. Even though they separated, they made sure to work together to raise their children. This period of change, coupled with the dramatic health scare years before, truly changed his perspective. These events pushed him to redefine what was important in his life. The man known for making millions laugh was quietly navigating deep personal struggles. These challenges ultimately made him look at his path differently, away from just the spotlight and more towards his own well-being and family. Rowan Atkinson, the silent genius, found in his personal battles a quiet strength that now deepens his art. His challenging childhood with a stutter, which vanished only on stage, became a hidden key to his genius, teaching him to communicate without words. This struggle, along with later health scares and a divorce he navigated with grace, shaped the characters he created. His commitment to making people smile, despite his own hardships, transformed his work into something more profound. Mr. Bean, a universal language of comedy, now feels like a testament to the resilient human spirit. His dedication to his craft and family ensures an enduring legacy, reminding us that true joy often comes from life's simplest moments and the quiet power of perseverance.